Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Trudograd with me, BringItDon. So I was going to wait till the next night to see if the philanthropist came back, but I would have to take more stimulants because we're currently suffering withdrawal, and I don't want to waste more drugs just for that. So then I'm just going to go turn in the quest. The man living next to the mysterious mannequins is casting nervous looks here and there, mumbling under his breath. I can hear you. I can hear you walking there, you darn soulless idiots. I'll show you. Oh, hello. Did you want something? I've come to have a talk about your neighbors. What is there to talk about? I told you everything already. Did they open my heart and let it all out? Why start all over again? Alright, without going into details, I can assure you the mannequins are simply inanimate dummies. The FM drags his sleeve across his sweaty forehead. I didn't expect anything different. I confided in many different people. Most of them believe it's me who moves the mannequins every night. And my wife and daughter swear they've seen and heard the same things. Some people even have the nerve to call it mass hysteria. Let's take a break from talking. I need to think a little. Am I going mad? What is real and unreal? Who am I? Let's just cross over into the Twilight Zone. Don't forget about my reward. Where's the money? What? Do you think saying I made all this up just to get attention merits a reward? Sorry, not likely. Well, crap. It was all for nothing. Screw you, I'm out of here. There's probably a better way to handle that, but I didn't want to rat out the other guy either, because we had an understanding. Now we are over encumbered. Only because I have -1 to strength. Let's see if we can find a merchant or somebody to talk to. Or, you know, just load up on more stuff. Make it harder to walk around. But did I not go into their bathroom? Oh no, never mind, that's on this side. Never mind. Alright, let's see about stealthing up and stealing from this guy. Hopefully he won't be able to see us. Nope, he can still see us. Hey, I know this guy. You walk up to the mighty old man hunched over the table. You about to address him as Professor Gorbyachev, one of the reasons for your visit to Trudograd, before realizing it's actually your old acquaintance. My oh my, visit my long-lost heir, my blessed wonder, my hot-tempered offspring. Finally, we meet again. The prodigal son returns to visit his withered and decrepit old father. Hexagon, what are you doing here? So you didn't come to visit? My fragile sentimental hopes, my poetic vision for a new world order, my soul's longing for immortality through transformative literature. All gone, destroyed as thoroughly as if by a nuclear strike. And all because my dear son has forgotten about me once again. It hurts, O Supreme Soviet. It hurts so darn much. Come on, no need for the drama. It's good to see you, Hex. You exchange a fierce, backslapping hug with the old man. So what's new with you? Tell me everything. Same old, same old. Travel, hardship, adventure, saving the world. You know how it is. Yeah, you like that life, don't you? A real wandering warrior. That's what you are. A gentleman of the road. A homeless hobo, in the Brionic sense, of course. Listen. What news of my other two sons? You know, Chromedome Fidel and that wacky Alexander. As far as I know, Fidel went north to fight Sioma Veronic, and Alexander left Adam for parts unknown. Said he wanted to travel. The young lions. No better way to describe them. The first, he of the radically receding hairline, a miserable informant for a shady government organization. And the other, potential enemy of the state, whose brain is the home of a parasite. Yes, my heart swells with love for them. God bless their souls. And what about you? I see you've got a new flat. Yes, I did. What, do you come here to kick me out of my own place? Planning to send your old man to a nursing home and keep the apartment for yourself? No way. All my real estate papers are secured in the independent Wasteland Bank, and a safe with a 5-digit combination lock. But I promise, as soon as you give me grandchildren, I'll transfer the title to your name. And after that you can kill me for all I care. Crucify me even. Noted. It's just that I thought this was Professor Goryachev's place. Goryachev sold me this apartment and disappeared. What was his reason for selling? His reasons were utter nonsense, my child. He stuttered and mumbled like a half-wit, eyes wandering all over the place. He kept looking behind his back like a paranoid. Too many people know I live here, or where I live. I need to lay low. Stuff like that. Was there anything unusual about his behavior? Sure. His petty nitpicking about every little discrepancy. Or little plot discrepancy. The man is a total bore, obsessed with his belief in the superiority of hard sciences over the elegant and refined liberal arts. A hallmark of his type, an uncultured intellectual heathen. Well, that and the fact that he constantly complained about being followed. A case study in paranoia, if you ask me. Why would anyone want to follow him? Professor my butt. How did you two meet? Our meeting was as unpoetic as the man himself. I saw his ad for this place glued to a fence. Unwilling, and frankly unable, to keep squandering my fortune on a hotel room, I decided to pay him a visit. What was your relationship like? Oh, my dear, sweet summer child. What relationship could Jupiter have with a common bull? How does a modern-day Homer relate to a Neanderthal oozing vulgarity and turpitude? What could I possibly have to discuss with this slave to the dull cult of quantum physics? So without getting into too much detail, we had drinks together sometimes, and played checkers. Do you have any idea where he might be now? I'll tell you the same thing an innkeeper once told me. The same innkeeper who used to hide his pre-war vodka as soon as he saw me entering his tavern, serving me nothing but that cheap swill from Trudograd's breweries. He said, I'm not selling you my cozy and stylish apartment in the center of town, and hiding away in a safe house just to share my new address with every fool who asks. Can you believe it? He had the audacity to say that to my face. Who? The innkeeper or Goryachev? Innkeeper, Gorbyachev, what does it matter? I don't know where either of them are. Alright, I've heard enough. I need to think this over. As you start to turn away, old Hexagon stops you with a mournful cry. Wait a second. Son, wait. Wait, my dear. Yes? I'm listening. You're here on a mission, correct? Come now. No use dissembling your old man. I can see right through you. What do you say we bring back the good old days? Go on a dangerous and thrilling adventure together. Father and son reunited. Are you sure? You've got money in your own apartment. You look pretty comfortable here. Money means nothing to me. It's just dust. After the failure of my second Trudograd book, there isn't as much of this dust as I'd like. What was your first Trudograd book about? What do you mean, what was it about? It was about the adventures we had, you and I. So what, am I a local celebrity now? Will strangers offer to buy me drinks? Well, it's possible I downplayed your heroic deeds a little, as a literary necessity. I admit I may have gone too far into that chapter where you fight a pig. A literal farm hog, I mean, or a bottle of cheap vodka. Nevertheless, many critics quoted heavily from that scene in their reviews, some even declaring it the best passage in the whole book. Fine, whatever. I could use some help, so let's go. With a heavy heart, you allow the old man to follow you. Is this a wise decision? And if not, what might the consequences be? These are questions for another day. Wait, I don't see a downside. Alright, so the beret gives him 3% cold resist and 3 skill points per level. Well, he does have a very even stat distribution. Let's see. Yeah, rifles and shotguns, still his strength. So this will give him rifle damage and armor pierce plus 9%. He probably needs some survivability as well. Let's start with this first. So we'll get him True Grit. I will get both Hunter and Witcher. Hunter allows him to hit animals for double damage, and Witcher is hitting mutated monsters for double damage. Don't know that we haven't had a lot of fighting thus far, so I don't know how important these skills are going to be, but screw it. So I don't think NPCs or your companions can aim unless they changed it for combat. We'll have to see once we enter combat if I can have him use aim shots or not. I think Night Shooter would be worthwhile. Removes the penalty for aim shots during... Well, I don't know if he can use aim shots. Close combat's going to be worthwhile. Removes handicaps when firing rifles and shotguns point blank. Don't really want any of these. I mean, maybe Manhunter mixed with Panic Master. Manhunter, enemy standing in point blank range get 50% more damage when critically hit. If they die from such an attack, it always looks very gruesome. And Panic Master, killing an enemy with an especially brutal death animation, has a 50% chance to cause a panic amongst the still living enemies in a 5 square range. I think we're just going with some survivability here. So you get plot armor, so chance to avoid knockdown plus 18%. Deep pockets, carry weight's always good, and more hit points. Was it 18 kilograms carry weight and 18 hit points. Oaken skin, he'll get 9% damage resist, body protection, and head protection. We'll grab a Plate Master. Juggernaut, again, we just want him to be survivable. He doesn't need Shield Master or Shield Bearer because he's not going to be using that. I guess we get Last Hope for him as well. So in combat, you gain plus 10 hit points every turn in case you have less than 40% of your max hit points, and then 15 hit points for every turn when you have less than 20%. That's what that darn slaver had, what, 2 episodes ago? In a reserve, you get plus 1 action point. Let's go back and look at this. We're crafting. Can I use him to craft? I give him, where's my knife at? Perfect. Alright, we're gonna give him guns. I don't use those. You can also carry some food. This will take a lot of weight off of me. I think I can add camouflage to this. Or not. I'm not sure what this camouflage is for. Oh, maybe it's for the special armor of this game. Okay, never mind. I think I know what it's for. Alright, then what's my weight look like? Still over encumbered. We'll send some food his way. Give him all the food that provides buffs. I think that's everything. If I equip this shield, I'm gonna be over encumbered. What does this add? 25. Yeah, I don't have that much spare space. Well, that's okay. By the way, we now have a companion. I probably should equip him with a gun. And a knife. I don't have a backup knife. I don't want him to have that. Let's see. Oh, cool. Either way. Glad to have him on board. We entered a stranger's apartment, found a woman pacing in front of the entrance. She turns to you with a gaze full of hope. Valerian? When she realizes you're not the one she's waiting for, she shrugs hopelessly and shakes her head. No, you're not him. Did you want something? Valerian Tulipov. I was sent here to find him. Really? Who sent you? Dan from the factory. You don't know him. Dan? No. That name doesn't sound familiar. It's nice he's from the factory, not some dive bar. He must be a serious, hard-working man. Okay, I won't bother you with any more questions. Help me find my husband. I will help you, but I don't know where to start looking for him. Ruta contemplates your words for a minute before flinching, as if she's seen a giant poisonous spider. Oh right, I totally forgot. Some other people came by before you. They were also asking about Valerian. What people? I need to know. Some suspicious-looking thugs. When they first started asking questions, I felt relieved. I thought maybe they were detectives. But then why would such a large group of detectives be working all together on a kidnapping case? Especially a case that's so new. When I realized something wasn't quite right, I slammed the door on them. They weren't Dandelion's goons, that's for sure. But then who were they? What did you tell them? Excuse me. I told them what he looks like, and what he was wearing the last time I saw him. Oh god, you think they're after him? Do you know where they went? No. Like I told you, I slammed the door in their grubby faces. They didn't knock again. Oh, where else could he have gone? He's planning to meet up with 2 of his friends. Jacek Sakharov. He sells apples in the scrap quarter. And Stefan Snowdrop, who served with my husband in the food expeditions. I think Stefan lives somewhere close to Mikulich's tavern. I think that's the guy that wouldn't talk to us. There was the... Was he an alcoholic? He was in like the apartment complex. He didn't have a name. He didn't want to speak to us. What can you tell me about Jacek? I used to think he was a decent fellow, but people say such terrible things about him. They claim he works as a hired assassin for the mob. I'm not sure if I believe these rumors. It's true my husband's friends aren't model citizens, but surely they're not murderous gangsters. Tell me about Stefan. A pathetic little drunk. I don't understand what Valerian sees in him. Even when my husband drinks, he never sinks to Stefan's level. Valerian has internal strength. He has integrity. I think he's friends with that Stefan only out of pity. After all, they serve together. Uh-huh. Oh god, please talk to them. Maybe they know what's going on. Right. I think it's time for me to go. Aruda Tulipov shivers when you start talking. She looks emaciated and sleep-deprived. The stress of her husband's disappearance is taking its toll. Yes. Did something happen? I may ask you some questions. I'm sorry. The only thing I can think about right now is the disappearance of my poor husband. Actually, I'm looking for someone. A local man. Professor Gorbyachev. I haven't seen him in a while, but the professor always kept to himself like a real hermit. You're asking the man renting his apartment. Renting? I bought that apartment with my own money. Money earned through honest labor. I didn't see you, sorry. Everything that's been happening lately, I haven't paid much attention to what my neighbors are up to. By the way, did you know your husband used to frequently visit prostitutes? The blood drains from the woman's face. She lowers her eyes, nervously intertwines her fingers. I suppose it happens to the best of them. But anyway, those are just rumors. The only people saying that are lowlifes and criminals. So that... The woman lifts her gaze to reveal eyes full of suffering. She takes a deep breath, hangs her head again, as if she were an anchor for a hat. Let's talk later. Yes, later, and about something else. Suit yourself. I just wanted to warn you. She's done an awful lot of pacing, so it'll be hard to loot her home. Alright, so when she goes back to the kitchen, I think I have enough stealth. Go on. Perfect. Alright, well we progressed one quest, we got a companion. You're exiting the building, burdened by your failure to learn anything regarding the whereabouts of the elusive Professor Gorbyachev, when an unshaven man appears before you. He quickly takes two last drags of his ciggy, and pastes on a greasy smirk, his version of a friendly and inviting smile. How do you do? Hope I'm not interrupting anything. You see, I have a proposition. I'm listening, my good chap. There's this rumor going around that you're searching for Professor Gorbyachev. I have some intel I'd love to offer you, in exchange for a small favor, of course. I need you to accompany me to a certain little kerfuffle. A kerfuffle, huh? Go on, I'm intrigued. That's the spirit. Listen, I won't beat around the bush. I'm planning a robbery, and I need companions. The victims are all criminals, so your conscience won't trouble you at all. There's good money in it, and no police will be involved. What bandits call the cops when he's robbed? Huh. So you spilled your whole plan to a stranger, just like that. Amazing. But I'll need more details. No problem. What do you want to know? First things first. Who are you planning to rob? Blood sports with animals are legal in Trudograd. Unlike in Paragon, all winnings are subject to tax. And let me tell you, the tax is huge. That's why some guys organize secret blood sport arenas to avoid the honor of padding out the city's budget. Well, they still have to pay bribes. Even legal establishments pay those. I'm planning to rob one such place. These guys organize cockfights, and there's always tons of cash around. They're also having some problems right now, so no one will avenge them if they have to run into some bad luck. Us. How do I know your intel on the professor is genuine? You'll just have to trust me on that. I did some business with the old geezer. I see. And who are you exactly? I'm a man of great perception. I see opportunities where a lesser man sees nothing. My street name is Pencil. Agree to my proposition. I'm rarely wrong. What's the loot gonna be? It's gonna be big. Tell me. What sum would you consider good money? 1,000 rubles. Multiply that number by 10 and throw in an extra few grand. That's how much we're talking about. I doubt that. Aren't you worried I'll rat you out? I have a good feeling about you, kid. There's always a risk, but my motto is, who dares wins, and I'm willing to dare. Alright, heard enough. Go on. Looky here. I'm the brains of the operation. You're my right-hand man. What we're lacking is a getaway driver and a skilled safecracker. I'll give you the rest of the plan once we get a hold of these guys. The driver, Miko the Wheel, can be found near the city gates. He'll be fiddling with his clunker. Safecracker, Lyoko the lab assistant, can be found in the scrap quarter. I'll go recruit one, and you go get the other. To save time, you know. We have to go back to both those locations anyway, so... Well, hold on, mister. What are you responsible for exactly? Man points at his forehead, and beams with self-importance. For the plan, my friend. The whole operation. Don't worry. As soon as you convince one of our future companions to join, I'll fill you in on the rest. Okay, but what am I responsible for in this plan? You're the muscle of our operation. There's huge adventuring potential in you, kid, and that's exactly what we need. Before I give you the details, you have to help me gather the rest of the team. I will talk to the safecracker. Great. You find Lyoko the lab assistant in the scrap quarter. Makes locks for the locals. You reel him in, and I'll try my luck with the getaway driver. When you're done, go straight to the Trudograd outskirts. I'll be waiting for you at the inn. Yeah. Just don't screw me over, okay? Oh, cool. Basically, Ocean's 11. Trudograd's 11.
Добро пожаловать в Трудоград.
A bearded street cleaner is sweeping the street clean and sniffling from time to time. Judging by the snow and dirt everywhere, he's either not good at his job, or thanks to him, the street no longer looks like it was bombed. He leans on his broom and smiles in your direction. Yes? Is there anything I can help you with? Hi. I'm new to the city and wanted to talk. Of course. What do you want to know? I can ask you a couple questions. Ask away. What's your name, mate? My real name is long, complicated, and frankly easy to forget. So you can call me Kesha Bagel. It's been my nickname since I traveled around the world in my youth. Kesha Bagel. heard you used to know someone called the Indulging One. The man flinches and whistles softly. For a moment, you successfully dragged him up from a seemingly permanent dull stupor. It's been ages since I last heard that name. The Indulging One. Yes, I knew him. We had fun back in the days. What can you tell me about him? I knew the Indulging One as a merry, hail and well-met sort of fellow, life and soul of any party. He could drink with anyone, beggars, mutants, police officers, revolutionaries, prostitutes, politicians. Rumor has it he once drove Slonikov the philanthropist himself to delirium tremens. That guy's a well-known lunatic already. Did the Indulging One really appear as a result of a telepathic session? I don't know. I asked him about it once when we were out on the rage together. He just laughed and said not to believe everything I heard. And people said many things. One popular rumor had it that Gunna the Psychic, according to her own words, had worked for the KGB before the war, split his old personality into two, the Indulging One and the thrifty, sober one. Tell me about some of your adventures. Kesha Bagel interrupts you mid-sentence. Enough. I'm not interested in digging up old memories. My drunken binges with the Indulging One stopped when my liver began sending SOS signals. They were fun times, perhaps even the best of times, but they're over now. As much as I regret it, there's no returning. Now I'm just a boring street cleaner, not even a drunk one at that. So kindly don't torture me with more questions. If you say so, enjoy your cleaning. The cleaner pauses in his work to wave at you. He leans on his broom, waits calmly for you to speak. I'm looking for a local, Professor Gorbyachev. Any idea where I can find him? Gorbyachev. That's familiar. Yes, I think I know who you mean. He lives at number 9 Kolotushkin Street, if memory serves. What do you want from him? Just looking for an old colleague is all. Memory serves. Gorbyachev's a lot older than you. But that's none of my business. Walk around, knock on doors. Maybe someone else can tell you more. I will. Listen, how can you work in this weather? The situation could be better, to be honest. Snowfalls have been heavy recently. A lot of street cleaners are made redundant. Why were they made redundant? Cost efficiency. The government decided it would be wiser to fire half the cleaners and hire a dozen northerners who will work for food instead. Me and a couple other guys are all that's left of the old crew. What do you think about that? Nothing. The city hired us, so they're free to fire us. What can we do about it? Cry? Fight? No one cares. He sighs, looks out wearily over the cracked, snowy asphalt. Okay, enough talking. I gotta clear the street. Be careful. It's easy to slip in this weather. I shrug and leave. The cleaner pauses in his work to wave at you. Okay, we read that. Hiya, I want to ask a couple questions. What do you think about Trudograd? It's a complicated question. On the one hand, it's the best city on Earth. On the other, no place could be worse. Utopia and dystopia mixed up in the same bottle with some turnip moonshine. Could you be more specific? I'm new to the city. I want to form an opinion based on what the residents say. There's nothing to be more specific about. Utopia and dystopia are in the eye of the beholder. Let's try it this way. What's your opinion of it? It's just a city. Could it be better? I guess. I don't have the power to influence it in any way. And thank God I don't. I've enough on my plate as a street cleaner. Yes. Are you done with the questions? Tell me about this part of the city. This area is called the Quiet Center. It's not exactly a slum, but you could ride to the moon on a donkey faster than from here to the posh districts. Kolotushkin Street leads to the police station and the scrap quarter. Know any local rumors? Wise people say we're in for some serious changes soon. Whether they'll be for better or worse, though, no one knows. As for what the changes actually are, no one can speak to that either. When you spell it out like that, you don't sound that wise anymore. Anyway, I'm only a street cleaner, and that crap is beyond my scope of expertise. Alright, cool. I think that's the last person that was rumored to travel with the Indulging One. So, who told us about that initially? to go back and look, and probably go and talk to whoever initially gave us that rumor. Who was it? Was it the teeth guy? The bronze teeth guy? I think it was. Yeah, it was. It was him. I could be misremembering. I don't remember. Pretty sure it was him though. So we'll probably go back and try to talk to him and see if there's anything new with the Indulging One, now that we met the two other companions. By the way, for now, I'm going to call it here. In the next episode, actually this box is to loot. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Next episode, we'll speak to this guy, go to this building, and just continue through Kalatushkin Street till we're done. And we have a few quests to do elsewhere. But for now, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.